YouTube streets. How's everybody doing? Yo, so again, it is Chiefs week. The Las Vegas Raiders head to Kansas City, about 3 hours away from me. Um, and they look to do something that they've done the last 2 years in Kansas City. Dominate the Kansas City Chiefs. Yes, that's right. I said dominate. A game that they should have won last year with Aiden O'Connell putting up 340 yards and 2 touchdowns. A botched snap, missed field goals, 3 missed field goals in that game, cost the Raiders a game that they had control of the whole entire time. And that's what they need to do this week, right? You need to go in there, run the football, score on the opening drive, get ahead, and let the defense do its job, because the defense has been pretty damn solid, right? Lights out as far as I'm concerned. But see if anybody pulls up in here before I just keep blabbling. What's good? What's good? Appreciate you. How you doing, man? How you doing? How's everybody doing on this Friday night? Let me know where you from. Where you watching from? What you doing? What's your plans? What's going on? What's going on? The giggle goddess. Oh no. Not the giggle goddess. What's good? What's good? Harley? Haley? I can't see, bro. I got glasses on. How you doing? $707 in the building. Frank Weber, what's good, man? How you doing tonight? Let's see. I don't know where all these are. Let's see if we can find out. Northwestern California, San Francisco Bay Area. I said I already knew that. 814. Oh, y'all gonna make me look all this up. Pennsylvania. Shout out to Pennsylvania. Are you an Eagles fan? Shout out to the 707. What team you claiming? Faster than you. I know you think you're faster than me, but one of these times we're going to have to race. You're in Florida? The 813? Nice. I just left Florida like last year. Raiders 67, Chiefs 13. Excel Raider in the building. There we go. Get it popping. Raiders fan. Nice. What's good, Atlet777? How you doing tonight? What do we got? What's plans in the building? What's plans in the building? All right, man. So let's get into Raiders. Got good news, right? Good news. Let's break it down. I know you've seen the thumbnail. I know that's why you're probably here. The good news for the Las Vegas Raiders is Brock Bowers has the knee brace off. He was in practice today. Is he going to play? More than likely not, but it's a step in the right direction, right? Knowing that he's out there without a knee brace, running around, being mobile. He talked about it. The reporters asked 3 different reporters asked the same damn 3 questions like they always do. He seems frustrated. He wants to be out there. So it's damn good news for the Las Vegas Raiders. It's good news for this offense. It's good for the team. It's good for everybody. Shout out to everybody in the building. Hit them likes up. It keeps me in the algorithm. Keeps people in here. I'd appreciate you. But yeah, Brock Bowers is huge news with the brace coming off. Wasn't out there doing a lot, but he was out there, right? So it's a step in the right direction. They have a bye next week. and hopefully, with any luck, he can be out there against Jacksonville in Week 9. So big step in the right direction. Bro, the Brewers are losing. If you like them, no, I'm a Dodgers fan, bro. I'm a Dodgers fan. That game's on right now. Why am I not watching the game? I'm gonna turn that on. Oh, they're about to end it. They're about to end it right now. Dodgers are hungry, man. They're hungry, and they spend more money than anybody in baseball right now. They become the Yankees of LA, which I don't mind. I don't mind. I wish the Raiders would do that instead of bringing in these one hit, no wonders. I mean, it would be a hell of a lot better. Is he 100? It would be great. If who's 100? Oh, if he's 100, yeah. If he's 100%, man, it's great. But he's not 100%, and I don't think he should play against Kansas City. They have a damn good defense. They hit hard. They're physical, and that's probably the last game you want to, be in on the first game back. But on the other hand, the man is dying over there, man. He wants to be on the grass. He wants to help out his team. Raider Nation, Jason, what's good, man? Um, Shirt is wild. You don't like the Gino, bro? Stop. But yeah, Brock's a competitor, man, and it's killing the man not to be out there. He's used to be out there helping his team. We need his physicality, right? You got to have him on the field. Good thing we got Michael Mayer back. We got a little bit of physicality out there. But if he's not 100%, man, keep him out. Keep him out. He's the franchise. He might not be the franchise right now because Max Crosby's in the building, but he's the franchise, bro. Him and Ashton Genty, they're the future. So you got to take care of these guys, man. You can't, throw them out there trying to win one game when we've only won two all year. So, shout out to Raider Nation, Jason Podcast. Y'all go check him out. Um, is that a great shirt? I mean, I think it's funny. Sai says, Elo, bro. I don't know what that means. I heard a crazy rumor. Spytech looking at possible Kyler Murray trade. Oh, come on, bro. Don't you just made me throw up in my mouth. Don't tell me that. don't tell me that. Man, that's the last thing we need, bro. That is the last thing the Raiders need. I mean, he's okay, but come on. Come on. Maybe a change of scenery would be better for the young man. But the Raiders don't need any more um, any more players that didn't pan out from anybody else, right? I'm tired of taking these guys that never been to a playoff game, never won a playoff game, thinking they're going to come in and change this franchise around and help us, be a successful a successful franchise again. Which, man, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. It feels like. Salute to you, man. Appreciate it. You got tobacco question? I mean, why? Lawrence, my guy, salute to you. What's good? Chung Young. I don't know why your shit got erased, but you got to watch your tone in here. I'm just telling you. We got snipers in the building. They're quick. Oh, right. Just what I heard. I mean, I don't know. Knowing Spytech, looking at Baker Mayfield, right? Maybe he thinks he can turn him into a Baker Mayfield. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I have no idea. But that would be crazy talk, unless it was. I mean, who's going to be their quarterback, anyways? I don't know. But you never know with these rumors nowadays. So, yeah, man, Brock Bowers trending in an upward projection. Damn good thing. Yo, that's some bullshit. Don't be coming here typing that stupid shit in here. Fucking clown. Where's my moderators, bro? Put in timeout. 24 hours. Get the hell out of my chat with your garbage shit. Man, people are trash, bro. I don't know why people gotta be trash. um, what's your under over for the wins the rest of the season? Man, that's who's gonna be the quarterback? I don't know. I don't know. If you're telling me I get to choose between Aiden O'Connell, Kenny Pickett, or Geno Smith, I mean, if Aiden O'Connell's in there, I think we can win probably, 6, 7 games, possibly, maybe more if they go on a run. If the defense continues to win ball games, we just gotta run the ball and not turn the ball over and continue to get turnovers. If Rich Gannon's the quarterback, shit, we could go on a run, bro. I think this defense is good enough to for Rich and his mobility still at his age to go out there and make some, 10-yard, 15-yard passes like he did when he was with the Raiders. Totally down for that. Um, is that shirt made with AI? Nah, bro, I designed it myself. What are you talking about? Um, but yeah, man, I don't know. Over and under for the season, it depends, right? If this running game, continues to step up, if the offensive line continues to, you know, go in an upward trajectory instead of down in the dumps like they have lately, I mean, there's teams out there we could beat. There's a lot of teams we can beat. Defense wins ball games, and if you stop the other quarterback and the other team from scoring, you're in every game. And right now, I think the defense is getting better and better and better. And if they could stay, competitive, I mean, um, the rest of the good news, I'll get to in a second. But if they can stay competitive, we got some pieces coming back that's really going to help this defense, I feel. And it's at a good time. I don't know if they'll be on the inactive list, knowing Pete Carroll and this team more than likely. But I still see some games that could be won. We'll break down the roster, maybe the rest of the schedule here in a minute. But there's still some games on the schedule that if the defense is playing, at a high level like they have been, and yes, it was against Jacksonville, and yes, the dog's going to flip the hell out. But, if they could... I'm going to try again. I don't think she wants me talking. Just shut up in a second. Tyler Hilton, what's good? What's good? You look like the guy from the series of unfortunate events. I've had a series of unfortunate events in my life, so maybe I am that dude. You never know. Raiders, Furpo in the building. What's good, my guy? What's good? But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a over and under because if Geno's going to continue to be in the game, it's very likely we win any games, against good teams. So if he struggles this week and they decide to pull him and go in, then we have a better chance. But we got to stay healthy, man, and this defense has got to continue to play. Jonah Laulu is playing out of his mind right now. And, I said before the season and last season that this is going to be our best defensive lineman. Adam Butler has been, really a no-show, hasn't really done much. But he always gets up against the Chiefs, right? Malcolm Kuntz always gets up against the Chiefs. So if these guys can, get up for this game and continue that momentum, I think the Raiders can surprise some people. They can surprise some people. And if you look at the way the AFC, the AFC in general is going right now, there's not a lot of teams that are really dominating, So a lot of these teams are going to have struggles. They're going to lose players. Can they keep it together? I mean, we'll see. I don't know. But On the other good news, Jacoby Myers back in practice. Depending on how you feel about it, he did a lot more than Brock Bowers. Will he play on Sunday? I would say more than likely, unless he gets traded before then. I'm gonna say more than likely he's gonna play. But the other good news on top of that is Jack Beck. Jack Beck will get more playtime with Jacoby being hurt, right? This is something that I feel the Raiders really need to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, because if Jack Beck is not out there, you know, getting physical, breaking tackles, right, yards after the catch, I think he could make up for, a lot of Brock Bowers. No, he's not Brock Bowers, but how do we know? How do we know, right? So far, he's got 4 catches, all 4 are first downs. So when you got a guy like that in the building, you gotta see what you have, in my opinion. So I hope Jack Best gets more carries. If you look at their defensive backs, he's big, he's physical, he can take advantage of them. He's got over 3.5 yards separation in the games he's been in this year. So the man can get open, right? He can separate. And I think the key in this game is going to be taking advantage of Jack Best as a weapon. And if the Raiders can do that and pound the rock with Ashton Jeanty, which is going to be hard, but I think Ashton Jeanty, if they give him enough carries, he's going to wear down this Kansas City defense, because, they're not really big back there, right? They're not really big. They try to be physical, but Ashton Jeanty's a dog, dude. He's going to run people over. He's going to make people miss. And he's going to be a complete problem, I do believe, even for this Kansas City defense, who's averaging 119 yards a game, right? So with him, with Raheem Mostert, mixing it up out of the backfield, I think the Raiders have, a recipe to surprise some people. Little White in the building. Let's go Dodgers. Tyler Hilton, Chiefs fan and a Dodgers fan? Nice. I knew I liked you for a reason, Tyler. No, I'm just fucking. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this game on and talk at the same time. I forgot they were playing. Am I willing to trade Jacoby? Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And here's why. Because we have Jack Best. Because we have Dante Thornton. And we have somebody on the practice squad that I want to see get elevated for one of these games. And that is Cedric Jackson, bro. He's on the practice squad for a reason. He was our best receiver in preseason, right? Cam Miller was tearing it up with that young man. But he's yet to get his opportunity. I think this would be the week to get his speed on the field. And maybe the Raiders will listen to me. Maybe they won't. They never do. If they did, we'd probably be winning. I'm just saying. But yeah, I'm willing to trade Jacoby. I know he does a lot for the Raiders. I know he's been, that hard hat guy, that guy that, blocks for the run game, that catches the ball in space, that's sure-handed. But he's still not a number one, right? Trey Tucker is already taking more reps this year. He looks he's way faster. He can stretch the defense. You can do so many more things with Trey Tucker. So I feel like if Jack Best can step up, this week and show that he can replace Jacoby Myers, yeah, I'm willing to trade him. I think there's a lot of teams like the Giants, like the Patriots, that, Pittsburgh Steelers, that could all use a solid receiver. And I think the Giants, more than anything, would be, willing to offer the most, because you got a young man over there in Jackson Dart. What is going on? You got a young man over there in Jackson Dart that, lost Malik Neighbors, and losing Malik Neighbors is going to be hard to replace for the Giants team. I guarantee you. They showed it last week. They faced Denver Broncos this week. I would have already made the call if I was the Giants. But yeah, I'm willing to trade Jacoby, and only because of the Jack Best situation. Why did they draft him? Why have they not re-signed him? Why is he not playing for guaranteed money? And I think he doesn't want to be here. Like, the Raiders showed him, already showed him how they value him, and I think he doesn't want to be here. You could see it on the field, man. You could see it. He's not blocking like he does. He's not blocking in the run game. He's whiffing on blocks that could have sprung, Ashton Genty for 3 touchdowns or three plays that would have been touchdowns. He was the lead blocker and blocked the wrong man, um, and just let him get tackled. So, I love Jacoby Myers. I love everything he's done for the Raiders. But I said it since the off season. If they don't sign him soon, it doesn't. There's no way they're going to bring him back, right? And I think he wants too much money. I think that's the thing. He thinks he's one of those top receivers in the NFL, and his production doesn't really show that. He had one great year, and I heard the Raiders offered him somewhere between 15 to 18 million, and obviously they're still negotiating. So if he wants more than 20 mil, bro, we can't pay Jacoby Myers $20 million a season. There's no way. We can't afford that. Like, he doesn't do enough, I think. Stretching the field, causing double teams, right? Like some of these guys are. Put this damn game on before I keep talking. So yeah, man, I mean, anything to make this team better, right? I'm willing to trade Max, bro. Whatever it takes whatever it takes at this point. I don't know why my nose is running. Corn Plum 80. Football LOL. Okay. Let's go Chiefs and Dodgers. Let's not go Chiefs, but let's go Dodgers. I'm down with that. Hi from California. What city are you from? Well, I was born in Norwalk, California originally, but I'm living in Arkansas right now. Rogers, Arkansas. Bro, did I lose my nuts? Nah, bro, I still got both of them there right here, cuz. Good luck this weekend. Good luck to you, my friend. Good luck to you. You're gonna need it. I'm just kidding. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's where I'm at. How come more black quarterbacks don't win championships? I don't know. I have no idea, bro. I don't know. Yeah, I know. Not good enough teams. Not good enough teams built around them. Not enough faith in them and from their franchise or organization. I mean, Patrick Mahomes has won what, 3? Like, shit, the last 4 Super Bowls. Like, I don't know. I don't know what you're getting at, bro. Omar King, what's good? R.I.P. Ace Frehley. What? What? Stop playing, bro. Don't say that.
I wasn't hurting you, I swear. I wasn't hurting you. Well, Sean thought I was hurting you.
What? Damn, bro. That's crazy. R.I.P. Ace Frehley. Wow. Yeah, that's me and my father. That's me and my father. Oh, y'all on your questions, dog. If you ain't putting down money on it, what's the use? Mr. Mysterio, money on what? What do we put money on? What you put money on? Just trying to bet on. I don't have us winning another game this year, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it too. I'm okay with it, but I have us winning some games, man. I have us winning some games. Let's look at the schedule. Let's look at the schedule before I read the rest of these comments. I know most of it, but I want to make sure. All right, man. So we got Kansas City that we talked about, Jacksonville, the Denver Broncos, who should be 6-0 right now if it wasn't for two field goals in the last what 20 um 2 minutes or some shit, a minute or 2 minutes. So the Denver Broncos, Raider Menace, what's good, man? The Denver Broncos have lost two games by a field goal, or they would be 6-0. So we have the Jacksonville Jaguars after the bye week, jumping ahead past Kansas City. They've had some struggles the last 2 weeks, right? They have a young up and coming coach. Hopefully, we have enough experience in the building that we can come up with a game plan and see what they're doing and outcoach them. I haven't seen it yet, right? I haven't seen it yet. We barely outcoached a guy in Brian Callahan who just got fired from the Tennessee Titans. So that's going to be a question, man. It's going to be a huge question. And it all comes down to, what's this team going to do? So, or what's the team going to be? Is it going to be a turnover machine from Geno or, so Jacksonville, I mean, it could go either way, right? They still got two more games to play before we play them. They could lose both of those, or they can win both and, get the momentum back. But they have a solid team. Their defense, I believe, has forced 14 turnovers this year. That's why Jacksonville is winning. So our defense, I think, can hang with anybody's offense right now. And we're going to find out this weekend, if that's true. And I still got more good news. So stick around. Don't leave. But then we got the Denver Broncos. Like I said, man, the Denver Broncos could easily be 6-0. They have a huge test against, a star-studded team in the New York Giants this week. You have Jackson Dart, who just seems to be picking it up. So you got Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterboo, and then you got Abdul Carter. And if y'all been paying attention to the little, queef going back and forth, no pun intended, my guy Tyler, but if you the little queef going back and forth between the Denver Broncos, damn it, I was reading that, the Denver Broncos and the New York Giants. So the Denver Broncos defender said the Giants fan base is delusional. They've been going back and forth, on X, on the comments, on Instagram, whatever. Abdul Carter, a force to be reckoned with. He's just, killing it out there as a rookie. Was killing it at Penn State. He came out and posted, all this talk is nonsense. It'll be settled on the field. So, gonna be a fun game to watch. Good thing it's after the Raiders game, and I can watch, my new team, the Giants. I can't believe it's and the Denver Broncos. So, shout out to the Denver Broncos. Shout out to the Giants. Hopefully the Giants, can upset a team that's probably should be 6-0 right now. And if they do, right? If they do, the San Diego Chargers play the Colts. That's a battle that could go either way. So there's a very big possibility this weekend that the Colts and the Broncos and the Chiefs could all lose in the division, and the Raiders could gain some ground. So it's not likely, but man, and I'm not calling shit no more because unless I pick the Raiders to lose, that's the only time we win. What else we got? Sup, Raider fans? Purple in the building. Yo, what up, Raider Nation? Billy D, what it do? Go Cowboys. You don't have to explain to me about trading Jacoby Myers, willing to trade Max, even though people, that's blasphemy. We'll get to Max in a minute, bro. We'll get to Max in a minute. Remind me, my guy Lawrence, before I leave. If I don't remember, say what we gonna say about Max. What Jamar Chase did last night is what number one receiver skills. See, here's the thing with that, bro. I agree with you. Jamar Chase is one of the best receivers, in the history of all time. I agree with that. But he had 23 targets, bro. 23 targets. Throw Brock Bowers the ball 23 times in a game. Right? Throw Trey Tucker the ball 23 times in a game. Because on less than 10 targets, he had, the best game of his life the other day, right? With what, 2 touchdowns and over 100 yards. So I agree. But the targets, bro, the targets. He had 23 targets, 17 completions. Nobody on our Raiders. I don't think any of our receivers put together have had 17 targets in a game this year. I mean, with Geno throwing the ball. So I mean, yeah, that is what you see from a number one. But then you also could look at on the other hand and see Aaron Rodgers, 2 interceptions, 4 touchdowns, whatever he had with DK Metcalf. I mean, who's, a number one, but a declining number one daily. Definitely not what he used to be. Cave City, what it do? What's up with Cave City?
Checking the.
Arkansas? No, I'm not in Cave City. I'm in Northwest. Is that Bill Crosby on the T-shirt? Nah, bro. It's Geno Smith and Pete Carroll. So after the Denver Broncos, which is a primetime game that everybody should be pumped for, right? I do believe it's Thursday night football. Yes, Thursday night, November 6th. So, that's a game that everybody's going to be pumped up for. Denver Broncos, Nick Bonito versus Max Crosby. We'll see, who wins that battle on the defensive side. Both are monsters, but Nick Bonito is playing lights out and is on pace to break Michael Strahan's all-time sack record. The Denver Broncos defense, man. I told y'all before the season they were going to be the best defense in the NFL. Nobody lists as the Rebel. And then you got the Cowboys. The Cowboys got absolutely no defense. They went and got Javon Clowney. They're still searching for guys to step up and take that role from Micah Parsons, which, I mean, you're not going to get another Micah Parsons, so nobody's going to do that. Cowboys got a crazy offense, right? Dak Prescott playing out of his mind. Their running back, Williams, is balling right now, so they got a lot of things going on. They also got, their best defensive back in Diggs. Somehow slipped and bumped his head or whatever he did, but he got a concussion in his own house. He might be out the door. Raiders, pick up the phone, call Stephon Diggs, get a corner over here that can shut down and lock down a receiver, and let's play some man. And speaking of man, should the Raiders run more man against the Kansas City Chiefs? The Raiders, they run cover 3 87% of the time. That is second most in the NFL. The Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is 57% this year against, yes, you guessed it, cover 3. So the Raiders got to disguise coverage, bro. They're going to have to, make the, run cover 2, but make it look like cover 3 in disguise. They're going to have to move guys around and, make Patrick Mahomes question what their defense they're in, because as soon as he sees it's zone coverage, he's going to eat us apart no matter what pressure we get on him. Because if you can get the ball out in less than 3 seconds or, 2.5 seconds, dude, with the speed they got in zone coverage, they're going to eat us apart. So we'll see what, Pete Carroll is made of, what he's got. Batesville? Yeah, I know where Batesville is. I know where Cave City is. What else we got? Stupid. Sea Penguin 34. Is that your IQ? What? I don't know. Good evening, y'all. Max Tucker, what it do? Appreciate you, my guy. Hey, Papa Bear, have you been Papa? Some of y'all, bro. Some of y'all. Go Broncos. Smokey the Bear. Yeah, it's going to be a tough matchup, man. It's going to be a tough matchup. What else we got? Candy says, what's up, Rebel? She was helping her roommate. Nice. Is daddy on your shirt? Yeah, bro, that's my daddy. That's me and my daddy. Three firsts for a second and Max. I don't know if anybody's going to give 3 firsts. But the Raiders would absolutely be clowns not to accept 3 first rounds. I mean, oh, another home run, Dodgers. Did I miss it? Oh, Otani? Stop playing. Hold on, time out. I gotta see the replay. You're not gonna show me the replay? Oh, that's jacked. Anybody know how many people was on base with that? Did he hit the home run? Obviously. And the Dodgers look like they are off to the World Series. Man, I wish the Raiders could get in there. How to circumcise a dog? Why would I do that? Why would I want to know? What kind of shit is that? Victor E. That's messed up. Geno 3 shows 23 passes. That's 22 interceptions. Appreciate you. You can get it on the website. Down below. Down below. What else we got? How's it? Racist situation. It shows a white man and a black man on it. Was it right? Now I'm racist. Blue, please.
Yeah, they are.
Blue what? Please, blow, man. We're going to get cooked if they play zone.
No. God.
Right? I mean, and they don't have to play, they don't have to play man. I mean, Pete Carroll said, they was pretty much gonna, I forgot what he said. Well, they were gonna play plaster, which pretty much, plaster means you got your guy. It's pretty much man. And we'll see, because, if they play zone, bro, Patrick Mahomes is, the zone killer. Kelly is going to get beat for 3 touchdowns Sunday. Don't put that on Caillou, man. Come on, bro. Caillou. All right, I'm going to stop with that. So the other good news, and I don't know if he'll play. I don't know if he's going to be on the active list. But my guy, and maybe y'all like him, I don't know, but DeCamarion Richardson, DCam, is not on the injured list this week. So hopefully he will be on the active list because we need his 4.3 speed out there. And Darian Porter, bro. Darian Porter needs to be out there. So maybe the Raiders have mixed it up, hopefully, this week in practice. And maybe Darian Porter and, Eric Stokes could go over there and cover Rashid Rice. Because if you put Eric Stokes on Rashid Rice, I like my chances with either Darian Porter or DeCamarion Richardson. Or DeCamarion Richardson, covering Worthy and who else? Juju Smith? Or, I don't even know who they got. What are you talking about, bro? Jack Kenna in the building. What it do, my guy? Watching Miami and Louisville. Rooting for anyone that's playing the Dodgers as a San Francisco game fan. Why are you a San Francisco Giants fan, Kenna? Oh my God, you just blast another one? Oh, that was the home run? Put that in the nickel bleachers. You can root against my Dodgers. It's not going to do you any good. If you don't give me blue, then what are you talking about, blue, bro? What do you mean, bro? What fuck are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Minutes, I got to see the A's versus Giants in Sacramento this season. Nice.
That's it?
That stadium is a piece of shit, though. Yeah, that's why they moved to Vegas. That's why they have a new stadium. That's why it's going to be actually crazy. The ref crew is exactly the same crew when the Raiders beat the Kansas City. Man, I'm not superstitious like that. I like the ref. I think he calls it a little bit more straight up, right down the line. Oh, he didn't hit a home run. But anything that'll help, bro. Anything we can get in our favor at this point, we need, right? Sack them thumbs up, man. Can I get thumbs up? If you like this kind of content, you're vibing with this content, please hit them likes. It helps me stay in the algorithm. Otherwise, YouTube just don't push my shit and people don't know I'm live because YouTube don't tell nobody. So, if y'all would, appreciate it. Back to the subject at hand. So the Dallas Cowboys, I think, is a winnable game, right? They have a solid offense. Dak's been playing lights out, but the teams they've lost against, you have to question. I think the way the Raiders defense played last week, if they can continue like that, they're going to surprise some people. So, Dallas Cowboys could, be a win or loss game. The Cleveland Browns, will it be Shador Sanders by then? Will it be Dylan Gabriel? That is the question. But I know Kevin Stefanski, with every throw, and I said this on X, and I don't know why, nobody liked it, but with every throw that Joe Flacco threw last night, to dude, the dude was signing one letter to his resignation. Like, I don't know how that dude could keep a job at this point, man. Crazy, crazy. Joe Flacco coming in just killing it, 4 touchdowns. But yeah, so the Cleveland Browns, it could be Dylan Gabriel, it could be Shador Sanders at that point. Let me know who you want to see, Dylan Gabriel or Shador Sanders. Leave a comment. So I think the Browns, we have Miles Sanders. Yes, they have, they keep showing the damn replay. I thought we scored again. Oh, that was last. What the hell? Y'all showing the replay from last game? Oh, my bad, bro. He ain't hit no home run. Damn it. I don't know what's going on in this game. They keep flip-flopping. But yeah, you got Myles Garrett over there, which is a game record. With Geno Smith throwing interceptions, you don't want to face a guy like Myles Garrett. But the Cleveland game could go either way, right? And then you have the Chargers. We played them once. We know what they're trying to do. Their offensive line is way more beat up than they were in the past. I mean, and not in the past, but in week 2 when we played them. So that offensive line is struggling. They're throwing the ball a lot more. Their running game has been pretty much non-existent. And that's week 13. So, that game could go either way. And then, boom, we get the Broncos flipped, right? Within 3 games, we play the Broncos again on December 7th. That game, again, could go either way. And then Philly, who has shown they can get beat, right? I mean, you go in there and get beat by Jackson Dart and the New York Giants, but they have a solid defensive front. It's absolutely nasty right now. And they have some good corners out there that can cover. And, the offense is clicking. So the Philadelphia Eagles, man, Jalen Hurts against the zone blitz is horrible this year. Against a regular blitz, Jalen Hurts is fire. If the Raiders run zone against all these teams I mentioned, except for the Cleveland Browns and Dylan Gabriel, all these teams that we are playing, all their quarterbacks are zone killers. They've been picking people apart in the zone. So unless we change something really, really quick with this damn zone shit, these games we might not have a chance at all. So Philly, more than likely Philly's going to win that game. But you never know, man. If we could be on a run by the time we play Philly and get 3 or 4 games in a row, and get to 500, I think this team will be fired up and play harder. So Philly, Houston Texans, who's playing off and on. And then we have the New York Giants, which, man, we don't know where they'll be. Jackson Dart, if he keeps running around like a damn, battering ram, just smacking his head into everybody. No, I even forgot. Jackson Dart is nasty. And then the last game of the season is the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I don't know why I'm going to say this because most of y'all probably forgot, and I don't need to say it, but I'm going to say it anyways. I had the Las Vegas Raiders beating the Kansas City Chiefs twice this year, sweeping the Chiefs at Kansas City, and then, us picking up some momentum the last game of the season maybe they make the playoffs and don't start their starters. Maybe they do because they're battling for a playoff spot at this point. But I had the Raiders beating the Chargers. I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs twice this year. And I said it before the season started. I think they're going to have some problems. But the last two games, they seem to erase those problems, and they're starting to roll. And now they got their fastest, best receiver, or not their fastest, but one of the fastest, their best receiver in Rashid Rice. Is he going to be rusty? I feel like he is. I feel like the timing's just not going to be there between him and Mahomes as long as he's been out. So, another game that could be a thing. And then my guy Lawrence, of course, says, Rebel, have you forgotten we have Geno? No, I haven't forgotten we have Geno. But here's the thing with Geno. I don't even know. I can't believe I'm even going to say this. If he could just play the Aiden O'Connell role, which makes no sense at all. But if he can play that AOC role, not turn the ball over, do not give the other team opportunities, right, that they shouldn't be getting. Do not give them other chances with the ball. If Geno could be the game manager he was last week, I know he had an interception last week, but one interception, I think we can deal with. I think this defense, the defense, I think, is enough that, we can handle one. Anything more than that, we're cooked. There's a puppy downstairs, so dog's gonna go nuts. But if we can just get Geno, man, to somehow get in some kind of groove, get some kind of momentum, some kind of, life back in his head, get out of his head, get the demons off his back. Maybe he went and jumped in the lake or the river like he said he was going to. Maybe he cleansed himself. I don't know, but he really, really, really needs to get shit going. And maybe if the team all starts to play better, maybe, just maybe, we'll get lucky and get an okay Geno instead of a Geno. I don't know. But if not, if we lose against the Kansas City Chiefs, man, he has to go. He has to go. He has to go, especially if it's because of turnovers. So I'm crossing my fingers. I'm hoping. I don't see it happening, but I'm saying if, by some miracle, maybe Geno just learns the offense overnight. What? I buy your T-shirts. It's on the website. Go buy it. We got to get INTs on the defense. Geno throws them to us. We can get Geno on the other team. We'd win a lot more games. If we could just play him every week, we'd be straight. Oh, wait, he can't throw it to us. Never mind. That don't make no sense. I'll give you $19. $19. Send it to United Kingdom. You can go on the website, order it, and they will send it to you, bro. You got to do it that way. Link right there. Link is in the bottom. It's pinned. It's the pinned comment. It's the pinned comment. But yeah, man. So I don't know. At this point, I don't have any faith in Geno. And yes, it was the Titans, right? But they have a pretty solid defense. It's okay. It's not the worst. I mean, it's not as bad as yards as giving up passing yards, right? So maybe he can, practice what he preaches and back up his all that talk that he does in the pressers and live up to what he says. Possibly. But if not, we're cooked, man. We're cooked and we don't have a chance. And if he throws more than one interception in this game and they don't take him out, I'm not rooting for us for the rest of the season. I'm rooting for us to win. I mean, lose. I'm just going to be like, damn, please lose. But I'm still going to watch, right? I'm still going to watch. There's just no point at that. The teams that we talked about, that we played, they're all good defensive teams. They all have decent quarterbacks that can make plays with their legs. And, that's been a problem for us. And I think it would have been a big problem for us if they would have let Cam Ward run the damn ball last week. I think we would have had a lot more problems. They just had no design runs for the young man, which is crazy. What kind of weirdo she you Javid are what? What? What kind of weirdo shy you on? I don't know, bro. Are you mental? Nah, I mean, everybody's got mental issues, right? A little crazy. Take it easy, Raiders fam. Gotta take dinner. Dinner. Appreciate you, Raider Menace. Shout out to you, my guy. Hope you have a good dinner. Hope you have a good night. Um, I think he's foreign. I don't know. I don't know. He got the first three words right. You can spell those in English. Kind of weirdo, but then everything else went. Or you got the last one too. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But all right, man. So that's where we're at. I think Big Mike is going to be um, a big factor in this game, right? They have to use him like they use Travis Kelsey. He has to get out um, in open space. Gino has to get him the ball out quick. If Gino continues to hold the ball, man, we're just in trouble. This defense is going to eat him alive. Um, I'll go over it tomorrow more. All the players, the matchups, and all that. Not gonna do it tonight. But yeah, man. So if he holds the ball, if he continues to not trust himself, which I think this is the whole problem with Geno Smith, it's all mental, right? It's all mental. Besides the fact that every time he's going to throw the ball, he leans back and throws off his back foot, which you would think after 15 years, 14 years in the NFL, that just one quarterback coach would have said, hey, bro, you have pretty good accuracy and you have a pretty good arm. Have you ever tried to, lean into your throws and throw off your front foot? I mean, it might make a big difference. But no, obviously, no quarterback coach has ever said that to him. And that's probably why it took him, 10 years before he was a starter, and probably still wouldn't be a starter if it wasn't for, Pete Carroll. So Geno Smith owes his, everything to Pete Carroll at this point, I have to believe. And for that, he's got to play better, man. Like, if it wasn't for Pete Carroll, Geno wouldn't have nothing, I don't believe. I don't think he would have ever been a starter in this league. So, man, that's gotta make you want to be more competitive, right? And it's not hard. It's not hard. There's open guys constantly, constantly. If you just don't look one way and you move your head around on a swivel, you're gonna find guys open. But I don't know. So, man, I feel like the only way we have a chance is to come out, like I said, the Raiders need to come out, score first, and let the defense, force these guys into making mistakes. Um, I don't see any kind of scenario where the Raiders have the turnovers on Patrick Mahomes they've had in the last two games, between the fumbles and the interceptions. Maybe. Um, but the turnovers, right? The last time the miscommunication on the handoff picked up, ran in for a touchdown. You're not going to see that. Those were fluke occurrences in the NFL between Patrick Mahomes and his running backs. You don't really. I mean, that might be the first time I think I've ever seen him. Not get it right in the running back's hands. So we can't rely on those, right? We can't rely on those. Little small factors or favors that we got last time. They're going to have to go out there and be physical. That's why you have to make sure Jack Bech is in this game and a big part of this game. I think, I'd throw it to him like 5, 6, 7 times if I was the Raiders. Early, give it to him, let him wear down these guys. He's big, he's strong. Give it to Big Mike. Let Big Mike, 260 pounds, running over some of these D-backs trying to tackle them, right? And if we can wear down the Chiefs early, I think we have a shot. But we have to game manage, which is horrible. Because if you don't take shots against the Kansas City Chiefs, if you don't have big plays, most of the times you're not going to beat them. The Aiden O'Connell 60 yards when we won on Christmas Day was, 2 defensive turnovers for touchdowns. The last time we almost beat them, 2 turnovers again, I do believe. So if we can't be physical, if we can't create turnovers, man, it's gonna be a long ass day because the Chiefs are looking like the Chiefs of 2001, 2002 Super Bowls, right? Where they can run the ball, they can pass the ball. They have Travis Kelsey as their number 4 guy right now. When you got 3 guys above Travis Kelsey um, as your number 4 target, man, that takes pressure off of him, right? There's so many times he's not covered and wide open because he's not the focal point anymore. And the Raiders need to know where Travis Kelsey is at all times because even with Rashid Rice, even with Worthy, right, with all the speed they have over there, I think Travis Kelsey is still going to be the biggest problem because they're going to overlook him and be like, man, we gotta keep these guys in front of us. And with that happening, you see Travis Kelsey go free all the time, bro, all the time. So run the ball, don't turn the ball over. Speed, speed, speed on the defense. Um, you have to go with DeCamarion Richardson and Darian Porter. They have to get a lot of snaps. You know, Harper's been struggling out there. Everybody's been struggling. We're second to last in the NFL and in yards per game given up passing. Run wise, we've been solid. But then you have Pacheco and you have a guy. What the hell's the other clown's name over there? The battering ram. That Holmes? No, I don't know. But they got 2 solid running backs, right? And Pacheco's one of those guys with that 4.3 speed that, boom, in a blink of an eye. 1 pass out of the backfield, 1 missed tackle, which the Raiders are notorious for missing tackles. Um, and we're done, right? We're done. I think anything more than 1 turnover, you could just turn the game off. The Raiders aren't going to have a chance. The game's going to be over. If we don't turn the ball over, I think we make it a game. The Raiders get up for Kansas City. We've played well there the last 4 years, I do believe. Okay, we started out well there 3 years ago. We were up 14-0 and ended up losing 17-38. So we've played kind of well over the last couple years. Well, all right, man. So 8 people in here. It's been an hour. I got my time in. I got my shit on. If you like the shirt, go buy the shirt. If you don't like the shirt, don't buy the shirt. If you like this video, make a comment at the end. Give me a thumbs up. If you ain't got anything else to say, if nobody has any questions, nothing to talk about, enjoy y'all's night. And I'm going to dip. So I'll give y'all a minute while I take this drink. And if y'all ain't got nothing to say, I will... Vamonos. If you're not subbed to the channel, well, damn, sub to the channel. Raider fan for life. Where you been? Did I miss you earlier? Salute to you. Shout out for the $2 holler. I appreciate you. Raiders. Dodgers. I can't wait for my Oakland, Vegas, LA beanie comes in. It's getting cold and chilly outside. I need to protect my head. Go check out the merch on the website. Support the channel. Show some love. Working. I've been here for a bit. Damn, I missed over your name. My apologies. My apologies. Raiders fan, 53 years. I'm 63 years old. Since I've been 10. I was like, I've been 10, so I can't read, bro. Apologize. Since I've been 10, I hope we win, but I got the feeling they're going to be the old Raiders. They win 1 game, and then they start to lose again. I don't really feel that. I agree with you. I agree with you. I know how we do that. And as much shit as I talked, on Pete Carroll, coddling Geno Smith, and how it's going to be the downfall of the Raiders, I really think that he has the Raiders mindset in the best place they've been, right? I think the people in the building, you should become a trans, bro. I mean, that's your own life. If that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. But shout out to my guy Jeffrey Walker for being a Raider fan for 53 years. Die-hard Raiders fan like myself. I've been a Raider fan my whole life, 50 years. And I know, they win one game and they lose the next. But last week was a game we were supposed to win and we had to win. This week, it's a game we have to win, but we're not supposed to win, right? We are what, 14, 13-point underdogs or something? Absolutely crazy. So, um, absolutely crazy. What was I gonna say? But I feel like there's momentum. I feel like even though it was just a one win and everybody's saying it was just the Titans, you know, it was a victory. And I think Pete Carroll has the right mindset, saying this ain't a rivalry game. It's a team that's beat our ass over and over and over again, you know, for the last couple decades, and they've dominated the division. So this is not a rivalry game. This is a statement game, right? And if you look at it like that, instead of a rivalry game, it's a statement game. To be the best, right? Like Ric Flair says, woo! To be the man, you got to beat the man. So to be the man, you got to beat the man. Go in there, knock off the Kansas City Chiefs, show the rest of the NFL that, even with Geno Smith, the turnover, master, we can still win games, right? We can still win games. And if I think they do that, I think if they do that and can do that, I think you could change the season around. I really do. I really do. Because shit, if you could beat Kansas City, win 2 games in a row, you got Jacksonville coming into town. I mean, why we got to time people out? Can't we all just get along? I mean, I hope I'm right too, bro. I hope I'm right too. And, as much as Gino has thrown interceptions and, given us every opportunity not to win ball games. Hello from the state of Arkansas. What's good? Appreciate you. I'm from the state of Arkansas also. Uh, I feel like Chip Kelly and him, might have found something last week. And I'm hoping to God that they found something last week. Run that Rich Gannon Super Bowl, run style offense that we had with Jerry Rice and Tim Brown. 5-yard slants, 10-yard outs, comeback routes. Um, and they let the ball loose every once in a while. And I think, with the speed of Trey Tucker, with the speed, and the strength and the separation that my guy Jack Besh can get and Michael Mayer, man, I think we have a chance against this defense to surprise the hell out of them, right? And the fact that, Kansas City, you could see the last couple times we played them, it seems like they overlooked us. And if they do that, it's going to be a huge mistake, a huge mistake. They were saying messed up stuff, Rebel. I mean, it's all good. Raiders better clap the Chiefs. Gurf, what's good? What's good? Um, Man, if they clap the Chiefs, then that's definitely making a statement, right? And I think that flips the whole season around. The only problem with that is if that happens, we're stuck with Geno probably for the rest of the year. More than likely, we're stuck with Geno for the rest of the year, anyways. But he just needs to get his shit together, man. You're making $30 million. You're making more this year than shit you were making in 2 or 3 years to put together in your whole entire career. Go out there and just do your job. Coming from a Bills fan, nice. Shout out to the Bills, man. What happened to them the last 2 weeks? Golly, the Patriots. They need to get back on track. I really thought they had a chance to go undefeated this season. I did not see them losing to the Patriots that bad, and I really didn't see them losing last week to the Falcons. Got to get back on track over there. Raiders. But all right, man. I appreciate y'all. Much love. Cross your fingers that the Raiders and Pete Carroll. I'm I'm still a big Pete Carroll fan. I just hate this shit right here. That the fact that he's babying Geno Smith and not everybody else. Jack Besh battling for a spot. Darnay Holmes, Dekamarion Richardson, Jonah Laulu, who should be on the field way more, battling with the spot from Adam Butler, who once he got his bag is doing nothing also. So these players get their money and they don't want to do shit for the Raiders, and I'm tired of that shit. So if y'all listening, step the hell up, bro. Get out on the field, make earn your money, right? Because it seems like every time we pay somebody, they totally shit the bed and give up. So I think we have a chance. It's a small chance, but man, if anybody can get this team ready, it's Pete Carroll. So I appreciate y'all. Much love. Let's go Raiders. Raiders. Peace. Just beat the Chiefs, baby.